Okay.
Broadcasting from the business capital of the world, this is the Podcast Business News Network. Welcome back. It's all about JF Designer Homes. That's right. Farah Gaston joining us here again live today from Lakeland, Florida as a real estate developer and so much more. She's helping you take that home, maybe a little less undesirable, has some problems, some issues, but guess what? She's going to help get them all remodeled, sell them to their new owners, and really helping you as a homeowner. If you need to sell, she could do this for you. And of course, she could fix the home too. And we're excited that she's back with us to talk more today about the work that she does and, of course, is so successful at. How are you, darling?
I'm doing great, Jill. Thank you for having me again. It's good to be back.
Yeah, well, it's exciting. Now, you work in what areas specifically in Florida? And just explain the process a little bit about the work that you do.
Okay, yeah, absolutely. So my name is Farah Gaston. I am co-owner of JF Designer Homes. I work primarily in Central Florida. I've gone as far as South Florida, Miami-Dade area, but my primary bread and butter is made Orlando up to Tampa, and I'm right in the center. So today I wanted to talk a little bit about some of the process of what you can do to get started, because I know last week we had a question for someone who wanted to start flipping. And I told them to start wholesaling because that is where you're going to get money without having to use a lot of your own personal money as well. So first thing you need to do is you need to learn if your state is a licensed state or a non-licensed state. Now, what that means is I'm in Florida. I do not need to have a license to do real estate investing or be a wholesaler, but some states, they do require that. And if they do, that's okay. That's not a problem. You just need to get your real estate license, which is so for some people, it's very simple. Some people, it's complicated, but you can still do it. Next, of course, you need a title company that's going to be able to help you make sure that the home is exactly what the seller says it is, because some people are in distress and sometimes they forget, oh, I did a refi a couple of years ago, or, oh, I took a second mortgage or something like that. And that's okay, because title company, they'll be able to find all of that for you to make sure that when you sell that property to someone else, it's in good working order. What we say, clear title, which means it's avoided of any encumbrances to it. And you can also work with some agents as well. Agents are going to be your best friend, but make sure that they like investors, because a lot of agents, they do not. And that's okay, because that's their prerogative. But if they like you and they work with you, they can actually help you find a lot of really good properties, because most people, they think they can only sell with a real estate agent. So they don't have to always sell with a real estate agent, because most of the properties that we look for, like Jill said, they are definitely undesirable. They're on their last leg. Traditional buyers are not going to be able to buy that even if they want to, simply because their lender is not going to lend on that property because their money is not safe. They're going to want a home that is already fixed up, looks nice. Only thing they'll sell or they'll accept you to buy is if it only needs paint. Anything else, absolutely not. They will not let you buy it. So that's why an agent is definitely, you need to have an agent in your pocket. They'll be able to sell you something called pocket listings, which means it's not quite on the multi-listing services, the MLS yet, but they'll be able to connect you with the seller and you'll be able to get the property at a discount. Because once it hits the MLS, unfortunately, there's very little to no discounts because the buyers or the sellers want top dollar for their home. And usually it already is ready to be sold. So you won't be able to do anything to it.
Got it. Well, hold on. I also want people to know if they have any questions about any of this that we're speaking of or anything else when it comes to the work that you're doing. They can reach us at 631-307-4010. That's 631-307-4010. As we continue the conversation, I'm going to open up the phone line. So just in case anyone does have questions about the process, about how they could do it, how, the work you do and how you can help them. So that's that. All right. This is exciting. And for those that don't know, you've been doing this for quite some time now. And people might be like, well, I can't do this. Anyone could do it, right? If you put your mind to something. And I know you were blessed to have your husband, kind of show you the ropes, right?
Yes.
The process of tell them, what are the benefits of working with someone like yourself?
The benefits of working with someone like myself is I've been in the real estate platform for 10 years this year. So I do know the ins and outs. Do I know everything? Absolutely not. But if I don't know, I will find out for you because I'm still learning every single day. Just like code changes every time you're building a home. Every year there's some new codes. So we have to be up to date with that, especially our contractor and our agents too, because now there's new rules that most agents, they're not expected to get paid by the seller or the buyer. And I would never, because I need the agents. I need them to sell my home and I need them to bring me buyers too. So I always make sure that my agents are paid. If you as a seller cannot afford to pay the agent, that's okay. I will. If you as a buyer cannot afford to pay the agent, that's okay as well. I will. That's what set me apart from a lot of other investors is I will help you get the deal. I will help you get the home no matter what it takes. If I need to give you closing assistance, I will. If I need to give you down payment assistance, I also will too, because traditional buyers, they need about 3 to 4% down if they're going through the FHA program, usually the first time home buyers assistant program. They need 3 to 4% down. I will actually cover that for them. I will take it out of the proceeds of the profit that would come to me and my company to help them get the home, because it benefits me to sell the home faster, and it benefits them because they'll be able to get the home with very little to no money out of pocket. They might only need to pay for their appraisal that and their inspection. So that saves them like about anywhere from $5,000 to $15,000, depending on the price of the home.
Got it. Interesting. Okay. Well, by the way, over at JF Designer Homes, you're working in Lakeland, Florida, but what specific areas? Just curious.
Yeah, so I work all the way up to Orlando. I've gone as far as Miami. I do Tampa, Plant City. I do Bradenton, Newport Richey, those areas. Anywhere about 2 to 3 hours away from me is a safe bet because I can drive there and I don't have to worry about flying there just to keep an eye on the contractors and also to be able to see the home because I like to be able to see it, to be able to know what I need to do to it.
Interesting. All right. Thank you. And you are licensed to work in what states?
I'm actually not licensed at all. That's why, that's another reason why I love this. I do not have to have a license. If I choose to,
good.
yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So anyone obviously can call, 631-307-4010 or reach out to you in general because obviously, you can guide them along this process and help them. And, how do you find these homes specifically? Do people come to you? Are you out there looking or both?
It's a little bit of both, and it's also referrals. So about 85% of my homes are actually from past clients, from friends, from family, because they see what I do. They see it on Facebook. They're like, oh, well, I have someone that needs to sell their home. It's not going to be listed with an agent. They want to sell it quickly. They don't want 50,000 people walking into the home. All right, good. It's just me and my contractor, just the two of us, and we can get it closed typically within a week. 2 max, unless there's some issues with title, whereas with traditional, you need about 30 to 45 days to get it sold. And that's if it sells because you have to worry about appraisal, pass an inspection. You have to worry about a lot of things. And also sometimes the buyer's financing can fall through for any numbers of reasons.
Got it. Now also, do you help people even rent their properties as well? Is that part of what you do too?
Yes, I do have some rentals as well. I basically do just about it all. I have rentals. I have properties for Airbnb. I basically do it all. That's the best part about this job is you get to meet new people.
Oh my goodness! And seeing is believing. A few shows ago, you were able to see all these homes that she's taken, and I mean, just give me some examples of the work that goes into it. Say, for example, you buy a piece of property, say for let's say $100,000, right? But it's a need a lot of work, right? Yeah. You're turning this around. You're putting your time, your effort, your energy, your people. You bring all the contractors in yourself, right?
Yes, that's correct. I have a list of contractors that I use. And if it's something that doesn't require a permit, I typically use a handyman for paint and flooring, things that are not super structured to the home, like, roof, AC, those you need to get a licensed person for, licensed roofer, licensed AC tech, and then also like if you need for plumbing, that's a lot of heavy work,
Yeah.
and you need to have a licensed person for that because you don't want to flood the home after you sell it 2 days later or something.
But you could flip that house for double the price. I mean, right? But I mean, the money you're putting into it, obviously. I mean, like, give me an example of some of the costs. And, can you can $100,000 home that's in need of a lot of work end up being $200,000 or more?
Yes, absolutely. That's the sweet spot that we usually do under $300,000 because they're easier to sell. And also most people, they're the 85% that can qualify for it because most people, they're not going to have 20, 30, $40,000 sitting down to be able to put down in a home, but they might have that 3% of $300,000. That's a little bit easier for them. So if you buy it for 100, you fix it for 50 to 75, you should be able to sell it for 300,000. Now, of course, that does change.
Yeah.
The profit will change based on what you're offering. Like I said, I offer concessions, I offer agent fees, everything. So that drops my profit down by $15,000 to $30,000, but it's well worth it because I
Yeah.
can sell it and I can move on to the next one.
Amazing. All right. This is great work you're doing. And I love that you're so passionate about this. Anyone out there who's interested in learning more can reach out to you. Call us if you have any questions, 631-307-4010. The lines are open, 631-307-4010. Being told you're friendly, easy to work with. Jordan recommends you. I'm on your website and really, learning more about this work. And what would you say, for someone out there who may be, in the process of letting a piece of property go, right, which is always hard to do, what are some of the biggest decisions and things they should know about in advance?
The biggest decision they should know about in advance is basically what they want to sell the home for, and then also what they're willing to let the home go for, because those
Oh.
can be two different ball
Ah.
games. Yes, for example, I have a home that I'm actually going to be looking at in Sebastian this Saturday. And the son called me and said, "Hey, listen, I want to sell my home. My father passed. It's just my mom. The home is too big for them. It was too
Yeah.
big for both of them, but now it's definitely too big for just her. But I want 300 to $400,000."
Yeah.
And I looked and I saw the house is worth about 500, and told me that it has a new roof, it has new windows, but the inside is dated because it was built in 1996. So
Yep.
I already know based on that conversation, I need to replace the kitchen, replace the AC, flooring, bathroom, paint. So that's about $75,000 just off the top of my head before I get my contractor in to take a look. But I know that there's some value there. So I offered them without seeing it. Hey, listen, I can offer $300,000 sight
Yep.
unseen, but I can go ahead and take a look at it. If I can offer more, I can. They talked about it. Yeah, I'll take
Beautiful.
it for $300,000. I was
All
like,
right.
okay, even better. That gives me plenty of room.
Beautiful. And hold on, we have a caller coming in. Hi, welcome to the show. You are live on the line with Farah from
Yeah,
JF Designer Homes.
Oh,
Hi, who's this?
hi, Craig Black. I'm just curious to know, like, a little question. I actually inherited my mom's property about 4 years ago, and it does need a lot of work. Digging around it's outdated, from like the 50s. I can't really do anything with it, in the condition. So where do I start?
Where do you start? Is that what you said? Oh, having a little trouble hearing you. I
Sorry?
think he said he inherited property
Can you
about
hear me
4
okay?
years ago. Yeah, you were just cutting in and out, so I want to make sure. Farah, did you hear?
Yeah, no problem. It was my cell phone. Is this better?
Yes, Farah, can you hear him?
Is this better?
Yes, it looks like
Yeah,
you're
a little bit.
I can hear you fine. Can you hear me? Okay.
So-
Basically, I inherited my mom's property about 4 years ago, and it needs a lot of work. They're outdated from like the 1950s, and I really can't do anything with it, in this condition. Where would I start? Where do you think I would start?
Okay. Where do you start?
I would say the
I'm sorry?
best thing to do, honestly, if it needs that much work. Oh,
Right.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, you're fine.
I don't know if he
I
can
can
hear
hear
me.
you fine.
Yeah, he said he's fine.
Okay, very good. The best thing to do,
Yeah, I can hear you fine.
the best thing to do is to figure out keep it, or if you want to fix it up and keep it, or if you want to go ahead and sell it. It depends on if it's a burden to you. I know those taxes, they're not cheap, especially now. And then you want to have insurance on
Yeah,
property in
right.
case something were to happen to it. It adds up real quick. So if you're not superly attached to the home, I would suggest you go ahead and call an investor to go ahead and sell the property for cash. And you can, I wouldn't say want to get rid of it because that's your inheritance, but you can go ahead and turn your inheritance into some money. That way you can do something else with it, if that makes any sense.
That makes a lot of sense, actually. I mean, it crossed my mind, but after hearing it from you, I think you just might have hit that button, and I think I might actually take that route because I'm probably better off going that way instead of, investing money into something that...
Yeah, the
exactly.
taxes,
You're very right. Thank you very much.
Well, can I just ask you one quick question? Where's the property located by any... Would you mind sharing?
In Long Island, out east in Riverhead.
In Riverhead, Long Island. Okay. And do you know the comparisons to the homes in the neighborhood? Did you do any research on that yet?
Yeah. On the average, yeah. So definitely, doing what you said would probably be my best option.
Yes, contact that investor or a Farah if you'd like. Right?
100%. Thank you very much.
All right. Thank you so much.
Have a great day. You've been a great help. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
That was so cool.
But isn't that true though, right? Should before you contact that investor, the knowledge as the homeowner, should we be looking in the neighborhood what things are worth? Have a little knowledge. I mean, they'll help you along the way, but you want to make sure what are the things that, if he has the home, what should he be doing? What type of research to start?
He should, like you said, search the comps to see what homes in the area have sold for, but he also has to keep in mind that those homes are probably fixed. So they're not going to sell, his home is not going to sell for exactly how much those homes sold for because those homes are already fixed up. Mm-hmm. And sometimes they'll see homes that are not fixed up. Okay, my house is the same size. My house is about the same square footage, the same setup. All right, this one sold for $350. Mine should sell for $350 too. And if I want to get rid of it a little bit faster, maybe I'll sell it for $325. So definitely have the number in your head, but also remember that you need to give a little bit of room for the property to be fixed up because some people, they're like, oh, I want $1 million for my home. Your house is worth $1 million, but needs $350. You got to give a little bit of discount so we can make money too, because this is our full-time gig and we are a for-profit company. So, but absolutely, because I heard 4 years and I'm thinking taxes, insurance, mowing the lawn, making sure the house is not broken into, because those are all the things that could happen with a vacant property. It costs a lot of money to hold a property that does not have someone in it. But yeah, I would definitely suggest it. Definitely sell it. Relieve yourself of that burden, because unless you're going to fix it to live in it yourself, unfortunately, it's more of a headache than anything else.
Got it. Well, thank you for sharing that. All right. We still have plenty more time left in the show, Farah. And the lines are open if someone does want to call. 631-307-4010 if you have any questions. What else did you want to enlighten us with today?
Yes. So also with him owning the property and it being inheritance, I'm thinking, because I bought a few inherited properties, there's usually a lot of items in the home. He has to also think, hey, do I want to sell it with all of this in it, or do I want to go ahead and remove it? So when he sells it, typically the investor, especially me, I'll give you some time to clear out the things that you want, and whatever you do not want, leave it, because I was born in Haiti, and it's a very impoverished country. So what we typically do when we buy a home, if the appliances are in good working order, but they're not, up to standards, they're not stainless steel appliances, and they're not like, the really nice flat stovetop, we'll go ahead and clean them up and ship them to Haiti, because those are a commodity in Haiti, to have a refrigerator, to have stove, to have a microwave and things like that, or even clothes, because we've suffered a lot of different Mother Nature has not liked us the last couple of years, between the earthquake and then all the hurricanes. Yeah. So they need furniture, they need clothes, they need appliances, even shoes. So typically what I do with the home to make it successful for them, for the seller, and also to make it easier for me, I just tell them, hey, listen, whatever you do not want, leave it. Don't worry about it. It will be taken care of. We'll take it and we'll send it to someone that could need it. So that way you're your legacy lives on through that help. And you think it's not a lot, but believe me, it is a lot, because we have a lot of people, when have a lot of people that are literally do not have clothes to wear. So it helps.
That is beautiful, helping those in need. I love this. I love it. I love it. I love it. And, let me ask you, what is, when it comes to your business, here we are well, I'll say a lull because we're in New York. It's snowing. It snowed. Are you guys always busy down there transactional wise? When is the best time to buy, to sell, to do all these things? Is it any time of the year, or what do you find most people are doing, and why?
It's typically any time of the year, but most people, they think of selling majority in the beginning of the year, because they do want something new and they want to be able to sell the home and then also find a new home before the school year. For us, it's August, and for New York, it's September. So usually they want to go ahead and get a brand new home, move into it before the school year starts, and they want to sell and get rid of their old one, usually around the beginning of the year, because that's when a lot of people are transitioning.
Yeah.
They might have a new company that they're working for. They might be relocating. So those are usually the best time. And honestly, the slowest time usually is during the holidays, because a lot of people, they just want to relax and have fun. So it's not as busy. But usually from January up until August, that's usually the busiest time.
Got it. Thank you so much. 631-307-4010. We still have 5 minutes left in the show if you're interested in calling in. Farah, what other things are important for people to know about this process, and, even better of, the benefit of doing it this way?
The benefit of doing it this way is just usually hassle-free for you, for the seller, and then also the buyer, because you already know, hey, listen, this home was taken care of. Everything's been done up to par, because we are held to a higher standard, especially as investors. We have to pull permits for everything. Even if you're changing a door nowadays, you have to pull permits. So the city does not play around. And then also typically we give a year warranty on all of our stuff, because we know things happen. Either it's not even us who did it. It could just be something that we bought and it goes bad, because the appliances, we know that they work really well, but sometimes there's always that one faulty one. So we always give a year warranty with our products to make sure that they're taken care of, to make sure that the buyer is happy and settled in. And also, you never know, just it's kind of like the luck of the draw.
I know, right. And how many years have you been doing this for now?
10 years.
Wow. Oh my God. And what has changed? What has changed in the business? Is there any, tell me about that. Yeah.
Oh my goodness, so much has changed. When I started back in 2015, especially in Lakeland, you could buy a house for $20,000.
Wow.
Yes, but it was worth only like $80,000, $90,000. Now that same house, I've been looking on Zillow, because I have all the homes that I bought, I heart them. So I get updates all the time. And now those homes are for sale and they've sold. And it's so funny, because all the work we did to the home, we made sure that they're so good, Miss Jill, that the home has not changed at all. They're selling it for 3 times what they bought it for, and they have not done anything to it. It looks exactly the same, which means we did a quality product like 10 years later. So I feel such joy and pride when I see that. It's amazing.
Oh, that is awesome. That is beautiful. Yes. I love that. And clearly you're so passionate about what you're doing. And wow, I love this. This is great hearing this. Farah, by the way, looks like, we are frozen for a second. Let me just tell you more as a real estate developer, how she's finding these homes and buying them and selling them. She's always wanted to make a difference in the world, as she's told me in the past. And she clearly is doing that today. And, even if you're afraid to start, you say, do it anyway. She started this 10 years ago, and, she can also help you, not only sell the house, give you advice. And she's that kind of person. And, it's beautiful work that she does, and it's amazing. So welcome back. Are you there? Okay, looks like we may have lost our guest.
Yes, I'm here.
Oh, there you go. Perfect. All right. Well, we have to wrap up anyway at this point. Sorry, it looks like we were having some trouble with the internet there. All right, so thank you again for your time, for being here and sharing so much. How can we reach out to you? Would you mind sharing website, contact information?
Not at all. You can reach me at 863-450-5914. My email, info@jfdesignerhomes.com, or check out my website, jfdesignerhomes.com. Be happy to help any way I can.
Perfect. Thank you so much. Pleasure seeing you. Always great talking to you. And thank you for calling in today. And we'll talk again soon. Enjoy your day, Farah. Thank you.
See you too, Jill.
Bye-bye.
Broadcasting from the business capital of the world, this is the Podcast Business News Network.
Adopt US Kids presents Multiple Choice Parenting.
Your daughter just had her first breakup. Do you A, put yourself in her shoes?
How could he do this to you? And for Sheila, she has split ends.
B, console her?
Oh, sweetie, this is going to happen a lot. 4, maybe 5 more times before you get married.
C, take charge?
Got to get this all straightened out. Give a little talking to, man to man, mano a mano. Hey, Steve! Is now a good time? No? Okay, no problem. Bye.
Or D, help her find a new boyfriend?
I know a great place to meet boys. The internet. Nice, single boys. Never mind. How about some ice cream?
As a parent, there are no perfect answers. But you don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same.
For more information on how you can adopt, visit adoptuskids.org. A public service announcement from the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, Adopt U.S. Kids, and the Ad Council.